Before he became a legend, he was a boy with an unbreakable will, born into power, surrounded by danger, and guided by one of history's greatest minds. Welcome to CS History Anon. Dive in with us to discover the rise of Alexander the Great, from untamed ambition to the making of an unstoppable ruler. A man whose very name would draw emperors to his gravesite for centuries, seeking to stand in the shadow of his legacy. Alexander's tale begins in 356 BCE in the city of Pella, the heart of Macedonia. It was a kingdom once overlooked by the powerful, a mere speck on the map of Greece. From the very start, Alexander's path was being carved with a purpose. Philip, ever the visionary, saw something in his son that set him apart. He didn't just want Alexander to be a prince of privilege, he wanted him to be a ruler with the sharpest mind and strongest spirit. His mother, Olympias, was no ordinary woman either. Hailing from the royal house of Epirus, a land known for its rugged warriors and ancient myths, Olympias was deeply influenced by her lineage, claiming descent from the great hero Achilles. It was said that the blood of the ancient Argead kings flowed through the veins of this newborn prince. The Argead dynasty, steeped in legends of heroism and divine favor, was believed to trace its roots back to Heracles himself, a legacy that would shape Alexander's destiny. And into this transforming world, a prince was born. Philip II, king of Macedonia, saw the potential in his son Alexander. He wanted him not only to be a great warrior, but also a wise and strategic leader. So he summoned Aristotle to mentor the young prince, and it was under Aristotle's guidance that Alexander was introduced to philosophy, science, politics, and the arts.
Remember, Alexander, a true leader must not only conquer lands, but also understand the minds of men. Strategy is the art of both intellect and strength. A wise ruler knows when to strike and when to show restraint. Balance these and the world will follow you.
Alexander wasn't just learning tactics of war, he was absorbing the wisdom of the ages, lessons on ethics from Plato, politics from the works of Homer, and even science from Aristotle's own groundbreaking ideas. The influence of Aristotle's teachings would stay with Alexander throughout his life, guiding his decisions on the battlefield and in governance. With Philip away on campaign, Alexander was named regent, and as regent in 340 BCE, he would face his first true test of leadership. A Thracian tribe known as the Mede rebelled, challenging Macedonian rule. The 16-year-old Alexander responded with force and decisiveness. Not only did he crush the rebellion, but he also founded a city in their territory, Alexandropolis. It was a clear sign of the young prince's ambitions. Even then, Alexander showed signs of the greatness that would later define him, a vision for expansion and the ability to lead armies to victory. By 338 BCE, Macedonia was on the rise, but there were still challenges from the powerful Greek city-states like Athens and Thebes. A coalition of these states threatened Macedonian dominance, and once again, Philip marched to war, this time with 18-year-old Alexander by his side. The Battle of Chaeronea would be decisive. In this epic confrontation, Alexander commanded the left wing of his father's army, leading the elite Macedonian cavalry, and when the time came, he charged at the Theban sacred band, a feared and elite force in Greek warfare. Alexander's leadership was critical in turning the tide of the battle, and his courage helped secure a resounding victory for Macedonia. This triumph would mark the beginning of Macedonian dominance over Greece, but for Alexander, it was only the beginning. In the aftermath of Chaeronea, Philip formed the League of Corinth, a federation of Greek states united under Macedonian leadership. This alliance would pave the way for future conquests, with Alexander later appointed as the League's commander-in-chief. It was a political masterstroke, solidifying Macedonian control and giving Alexander a clear path to lead future campaigns. However, not all was well in the Macedonian court. Tensions between Alexander and his father escalated, sparked by Philip's marriage to Cleopatra Eurydice, a young Macedonian noblewoman. Here is the man who makes preparations to pass out of Europe into Asia, and he is overthrown by one step passing from one seat to another. Philip's marriage threatened Alexander's position as heir, especially if Cleopatra bore a fully Macedonian son. Alexander's mother, Olympias, was furious, and the relationship between father and son grew even more strained. Alexander and his mother left Macedonia altogether. Alexander took refuge with the Illyrians, a neighboring tribe, leaving Philip and Macedonia behind. It was a dangerous time for the young prince, and the future of his place in the kingdom hung by a thread. But fate had other plans. In 336 BCE, despite their rift, Philip and Alexander reconciled. Philip, recognizing his son's brilliance, appointed him to a key role in the planned invasion of Persia. It seemed Alexander's future was once again secure. But before the campaign could begin, tragedy struck. At a wedding celebration in Aegae, Philip was assassinated. The reasons behind Philip's assassination remain debated to this day. Whether it was a personal grudge or political intrigue, we may never know. What we do know is that in the aftermath, Alexander moved swiftly and decisively. At just 20 years old, Alexander ascended to the throne of Macedonia, but the transition of power was not without danger. Rivals and factions threatened his rule, and those loyal to Cleopatra Eurydice posed a particular threat. Alexander didn't hesitate. He ruthlessly eliminated his rivals, including those linked to Cleopatra, and secured his position as king. Then Alexander swiftly crushed a renewed Theban rebellion, solidifying his control over Greece. With the throne secure, Alexander was soon recognized as the leader of the Corinthian League. Alexander was now poised to embark on the campaign that would make him a legend, the conquest of Persia. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of Alexander the Great. Thank you for watching.